I'm Aveline. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So we are still building in Tartosa. If it's too many builds in Tartosa, let me know, but I'm kind of set on doing the save file as quickly as I can. However, this is a 20 by 20 that I've already built on. I started stream very late the other day, so I decided to go for the smallest lot in Tartosa. I still want to build in the new world because it's so pretty. But again, if you're tired of seeing Tartosa builds, let me know. But also the last two lots, because we're building on the 30 by 30 currently, or actually the house is done and it'll go up on the channel tomorrow. And then other than that, I'm missing the 50 by 50, the 50 by 40, and I think another 40 by 30 or a 50 by 40. I'm missing the big lots and I don't know what to do with them. I definitely cannot do them all in a row because that would be so draining. Like that's a lot for me as someone who builds a lot of smaller houses. I don't think I can do that. So we'll probably mix in some other builds in between the two lots though, but if it's too many Tartosa builds, let me know and I will do the smaller builds in one of the other worlds. I also kind of miss doing like modern builds, for example. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know, I just miss my Scandi inspired builds. So again, let me know. But today we are building on the 20 by 20 like I said. This is probably most likely almost certainly my favorite lot in Tartosa, simply because the whole like the surroundings are so gorgeous with all the water. It's so serene, it's so beautiful, and you also like if you've seen this lot throughout the different times of day as well, it's beautiful. Dawn or not dawn, dusk is probably my favorite time on this lot. It's just so pretty. So yeah, just revisited it, but I don't know, this house is probably not going to be in the save file. This was just kind of like, let's sit down and chill and build something on stream. So you come up with a theme and I will decorate for it, basically. So chat said that they wanted to see an artist's house, so that is what we're doing today. We're building for an artist and their family. So this room, or this house, I think it has room for 2 parents and is it a kid as well, I think? Yeah, I think it's a kid on the 2nd floor. And they have easels around the house. There's like a small artist studio on the 2nd floor as well. And there's also easels on this patio at the back of the house. They don't really have much, like it's not a tiny house, so it takes up a lot of the lot. So they don't really have much of a yard to deal with, but sometimes I feel like that's okay. This lot also has a lot of grass surrounding it, so I feel like if you live on this lot, like you would probably, the whole little island almost would probably be your lot anyway, if you get what I mean. So I gave them a pool, I gave them the patios, and I did some landscaping, and that is pretty much it. That is their yard. So I hope that is okay though, but we also didn't really have a lot of room left after doing the shell. So I also got a question, by the way, regarding the save file from a console player, if I could do a list over which lots or which of my builds go on which lots. If I had the time, I definitely would, but honestly, that's a lot. So there are so many lots in the game right now, like we only keep getting more and more lots. So it would be a huge project. I don't think I can sit down, also because I don't actually remember what the original lots are called either. And I don't remember what my builds are called either. They are all on the gallery, so if you, once the save file is updated and everything, I'm really set on doing that this time because I know that I just didn't for Henford, which still bothers me, but I'm still gonna blame it on the 2 big lots that I still haven't done. So anyway, maybe we'll do those on stream at some point, who knows. But once I am done updating Tartosa, I will do like an updated save file video where I'll show some of the worlds, including mostly Tartosa, I would say, and then you can kind of see what different builds. You'll have to do some work yourself as well by like finding them on the gallery and everything, but I feel like that is also fair. But I know it's a little annoying like that with the save file and console players and everything, but it's not something that I can change. So I wish it was different, just like I wish console players had access to CC. That would make everything so much easier, but no, unfortunately, that is not the world that we live in. So we'll have to make do with what we can do. So yeah. But as for this build, like I said, it is for, I believe it's for 2 parents and a kid, but I'm also building on another house right now, so I'm kind of like, my head is filled with that house, if that makes sense. I don't remember this one that much. This is why I do like one build at a time, always. Well, almost always. Almost always. There will be exceptions, but usually I like to stick to one build, then move on to the next one. Because I'm in like a groove when I'm building on a house. Like I know exactly what I want to do, except if I'm on stream because I'm very, it's like household wise, I know what I want to do. Except when I'm on stream because I get sidetracked by chat all the time anyway. But I know what I want to do for the house, and or at least for what kind of household lives in the house. And it kind of confuses me when I swap between builds then, because suddenly I'm dealing with another household and their whole like story in my head is gone and everything. Yeah, it's a little funny. But also the house that's going up tomorrow, the one that we're building on stream, that one I have no household for. I really got to prepare something before I start streaming, don't I? I think so. Yeah, I gotta think like a background story and everything. Although sometimes it's also fun doing that on stream, which I know that some of you who come to the stream actually, or streams actually agree with me on, because it's just fun kind of like trying to weave together a background story for the household that you're decorating for. Yeah, it's just fun. But also, if you didn't know, even though I keep mentioning it every video, yes, I do stream over on Twitch, so you can find a link to my Twitch channel through the link tree, which is in the description box. And there is also currently a giveaway running right now, not in connection with stream, but I posted on the community tab about it yesterday, so if you want to join and possibly win a Sims 4 pack of your choice, head on over to the community tab and see how you can join the giveaway. I highly recommend it. We just got a new pack. I mean, I heard that the gameplay is a little buggy. I wouldn't really know because I haven't looked into it. I keep getting questions about that on stream as well. Like, I have not had time to sit down and marry Sims in the Sims. I just haven't. I stick to build. There's no glitches in build, right? Actually, there is, but but not because of the pack. Actually, I've noticed, and I don't want to jinx it, but I'm going to say it anyway, because otherwise I'd be like, never mind, I'm not going to say it, and that's super annoying to do in a voiceover. But I have not had my terrain paint disappear ever since I downloaded and installed the pack. And that is weird. So it's got nothing to do with the pack. Maybe they fixed it in an update. Obviously, it's not fixed because of the pack, but am I delusional, or did they fix it in an update, or what's going on? Have I just been lucky and my terrain paint has stuck to the lots? I don't really know what's going on there, but I was sitting down thinking about it yesterday and I was like, if I open this lot right now to take screenshots, will the terrain paint be gone? And it wasn't, and it hit me that it hasn't been gone ever since I started building in Tartosa, so that's quite interesting. That is quite interesting. But as for gameplay, I know that it's buggy. I don't know exactly how, but I've just heard from people that it's buggy. That's all I know. Also, for this house, we did most of the exterior before moving on to the interior, by the way, so there won't be much at the end of the video, I don't think. I think it'll mainly be interior from now on, which we are trying to make very colorful. I was told to include the colors blue and orange, I think it was, maybe a little bit of purple. Turns out that adding purple is really difficult because we don't really, or I knew this before going into it, but we don't really have a lot of purple items in The Sims, which I have always found weird. The closest thing to a purple couch that we have, for example, is, aside from the base game couch, which basically comes in every single possible color, ignore that one. It looks like a brick. It's fine. But aside from that one, and the industrial base game couch as well, the closest thing to a purple couch is actually, I think, the one from Seasons. It comes in like a, almost like a purple burgundy kind of color. I'm sure there are other ones, but there are some of the couches that I rarely ever use because they're probably like super contemporary or minimalistic or something, and just not my vibe. But as for the couches that I usually use, or the ones that I could imagine myself using, they don't come in purple. And it's really weird. We really don't have a lot of purple items. And the only bed that I can think of, for example, is the one from City Living, the one with the canopy thing. Yeah, or at least like beds that are versatile. It's the canopy bed from City Living. We need more purple items. So it was a little bit of a challenge trying to add some purple things. I'm pretty sure I just kind of chose to ignore it. But or green, yeah, I added a little bit of green, but mainly blue and orange. Blue and orange was definitely easiest to add. So we just wanted to make the house very colorful. I wanted to have fun with it. Chad was in on it, so that is basically what this house is. Colorful and fun, very artistic, a little bit eccentric, a little bit eclectic, and filled with paintings as well, and art supplies, and a lot of plants too, and some candles, and you know, that sort of vibe. So I've kind of been thinking about recording some challenges as well. If that's something you want to see, let me know. And also, if you do, let me know which challenges you want to see, but it would mainly be build challenges. I've not done any for the longest time, but I'm in that kind of mood. I don't know, I'm just in that kind of mood. So I might do it, but it depends on whether or not you're interested in it, of course. So I did the bathroom before I did the living room, which I know is super strange. The build that's going up tomorrow, I've still not done the bathrooms. I hate bathrooms. I'm just gonna put that out there. I hate them. You've heard it here first. I hate bathrooms. But I kind of had this the window at the back of the house was annoying me a little bit. I also ended up changing it. But because of that, I just felt like, also because the living room layout was a little bit difficult to come up with because there's literally a door on every single wall in the living room and a staircase. It's very open, and then with 4 doors and a staircase. So doing the layout, like figuring out exactly where you want the couch and the TV and everything to be was a little bit of a challenge, and I just wasn't ready to take it on. So I was like, I'm just gonna decorate the bathroom first. That's when you know it's serious, because I really do not like the bathrooms. But what I did was I took out the window. I know that I added like a random square in here, but it was on purpose because I wanted the bathtub to be sort of in this little cutout of the room almost. And then because, if you look from the back of the house towards the water, all you can see is water. And that seems so serene to me, so relaxing. So I really wanted to make sure that I could have a bathtub that your Sims could lie in, and we can just kind of pretend like they're lying there. Maybe they've put a bath bomb in the bathtub as well, and they're just lying there soaking up the bath and relaxing, maybe lit up some candles or something, and just they're able to lie there and look at the view, basically. So I wanted to make sure that I had this little setup done. So that's what that was. But I know that square is definitely a little bit random, but hopefully it makes sense as well with that explanation. But yeah, bathroom done, blue and orange, and then with beige as kind of like the base of the house, I will say. Usually I would probably do like white as the base, white and gray as the base or something, and then add pops of color. But for this house, I think the base was kind of just like beige. So when I was younger, I actually thought that beige was spelled like base. So confusing. But that's also because it's not really, like, the word beige is still beige in Danish, and it's just not spelled the way that it's spelled the same way, but the letters are not pronounced that way in Danish. I know it's very confusing anyway, but I thought it was spelled beige. That is my point. So we're using beige as base today. Yeah. So the living room in here turned out a little bit funky, but I feel like it works still. It was just trying to make it cozy. And also we want the TV over in the corner. We wanted to make sure that they had like storage options for their art. I don't actually know. Come to think of it, does that little thing that's under the staircase, does that actually do anything for gameplay? Can you store your paintings in there? Now that I think about it, can you? I feel like you can, right? I don't know. I'm just getting like this hunch that you can, a gut feeling that you can. I think it was updated at some point, or maybe I dreamt it. I've dreamt about other Sims 4 updates before, so it wouldn't really surprise me if I just made it up. Yeah, that's a thing. Yeah. I don't know. Let me know if you know, because now I'm kind of like, did I dream it? Did I just come up with that? Or is it actually a thing? I also know that I overused this rug here from Industrial Stuff Kit. Industrial Stuff Kit. That's what it's called. Industrial Loft Kit. I wanted to call it Industrial Stuff Pack, and then I realized it's not a stuff pack. It's a kit. Industrial Stuff Kit. No. Industrial Loft Kit. Yeah, I know that I'm overusing it, but if you go through a lot of the rugs that we have, we don't really have a lot of orange rugs as it is, and not at all rugs that I would feel fit the vibe of this house, so I just kind of overused it a little bit, I realize, but also I admit to it. I'm okay with being guilty of that. It's completely okay. So, anyway, we're going for the color scheme still. Blue, orange, and green, as you can see in here. Nailed it, kind of. That bed really helped. Anyway, it's definitely like the orange and the blue work together so well, and then throwing green in there just, I don't know, it's a little bit experimental, but I feel like it works if you just stay consistent. I feel like it works. It's like the painting above the bed right here as well. It adds a little bit like a touch of yellow too, and there's a little bit of purple in there, but then mixed with the rug that I went with from Get Famous, there's kind of like the same tones in it as there are in the painting, so they go together, they complement each other, and just adds a little bit of coherence. Other than that, the parents' bedroom here is pretty simple. I also added a few, because I didn't like that this wall was so bare, so I ended up adding a few shelves over here and just put some books on them. And I would have placed another TV over here, but I felt like maybe that was a bit much still. I also wanted to make sure that I wasn't blocking the other side of the bed, so, you know, you could still have two Sims sleeping in it, just in case. But, yeah, pretty simple in here, just some orange, blue, and a little bit of green, and then some other colors as well. It's a very colorful house, like, I'm not gonna lie, it's very colorful. I've definitely been getting used to doing more toned down kind of interiors, so you gotta make sure that you don't only do those, because suddenly it's a little difficult to play around with colors, I feel. But I think it works throughout this house. I think we did pretty good making everything just kind of go together in a way, like forcing it to go together almost, but did it still. So yeah, it might just be my personal opinion though, but I feel like it turned out okay. So in here is the kids' bedroom. It's very small. It's a 3x4, so very narrow space, but managed to fit in everything I felt like they would need, except for maybe a toy, like a toy plushie thing. They don't have one of those, but they do have the empathy kit, or whatever you call it, the doctor kit that's on the ground, and they also have their toy box as well. So I could have maybe added a journal or something. If you have Parenthood, you can add that to the desk. I just went with the homework because I don't know, completely forgot the journals existed for a second, I suppose. And yes, I did use a little bit of it too, but that's because I used it for the outside of the house, so I felt like the damage had been done, might as well just add a little pogo. It's all fun. Are they actually called pogos? I feel like in my head they're called pogos, but they might also not be called pogos. I don't remember. Anyway, we are at the end of the video more or less, so I'm going to be wrapping up this voiceover now. If you like this build, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT. And as always, the tray files can be found on my Patreon, which will be linked to in the description box as well as in the pinned comment. So you can head on over there and basically download all of my Tartosa builds. And that is all. So if you like books, check out my other channel. You can find a link to that in the description box as well as in the pinned comment. And that is all I got today. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. I don't know what it is about you. It must be in the way you move. Just say you want me to. We got nothing to lose. You're looking so so now I'm moving closer to you, and it's getting dark in this room. Tell me what you wanna do, baby. Let me love you, let me love you, let me love you, let me love you, baby. Let me love you, let me love you, let me love, baby. Let me love you.
Say the word and we can leave this place. I'll take you anywhere you want. As long as we're together, everything we'll do. You got me going, oh, you got me going, oh. Now I'm moving closer to you, and it's getting dark in this room. Tell me what you wanna do. Baby, let me love you.